It's time to see, has Nagi been reborn, or does he still lie in the depths? What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact: I do bring to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. See, another fun fact. Come on now, it's peak every week, and of course, even if we're following my glorious sunken king Nagi and his boy toy Rayo, I don't even care. You know it's gonna be peak. Unfortunately, I think at this point I will have to discontinue that guy with the kitchen thing. Like I think it is over. PXG is done. That was the whole stipulation. There needed to be a bad chapter. And even when Igaguri was the focus of the chapters weren't bad. So like, I'm sorry. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. But with that being the case, let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into chapter 295 of Blue Lock, which title is not on the first page. So let's take a look in a book. Reading Rainbow Side B. Oh, okay, so this is not. I thought maybe it was Rayo talking. Let's see. The meeting with Rayo that changed everything. Two of them took on the world. It all started in that moment. Rayo found me, and my soccer started. And you know, this is gonna be like a weird mentality, pencil philosophy thing that I mentioned before, but I do want to bring it up again. I think it's okay and even good to be inspired by other people to do certain things. In fact, heck, I was inspired to do YouTuber things by other YouTubers I watched. So like, clearly I am down to be inspired. But cause that's the thing, it's weird, right? Because I suppose I do things for other people just for the sake of other people. But even then, those things still do benefit me directly. And I guess maybe it is the case with Nagi. But my philosophy always is, do things for yourself, by yourself, of yourself, and do not simply do things for other people. And always, even if you are doing things for other people, find motivation in of yourself to do them, right? Like that's the big thing that's always gotten me going, even in times of like extreme mental or physical or psychological or educational or work time hardship, where I'm like, this is real rough, I don't want to do this, we just give up. And I'm like, but I gotta get the grades up. I gotta get them grades up so I can make sure I can get my money up, not my funny up later in life. Alright, we're locking in. Or for like a physical example. That like recently I've mentioned it before, you know, I'm so happy to have some muscles again. So like I'm flexing all the time, but I've been going to the gym. And even today, right? Today was leg day. And the gym was not working with me. I had to do my regular routine all out of order. But as I got to the ab machine, because I do abs every day. You know, your boy's trying to get a solid core. I sat down in that machine and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to do this. And I was like, gang, these abs ain't gonna train themselves. So I did it. I banged out my 4 sets of 16 or the 3 sets of 16 and the 1 set of 18. And like that's just every aspect of life for me now. Where like I do record so I can produce content for y'all because I know it makes people happy and people want to hear my opinions. And that makes me happy. But at the same time, I record because I like to yap. Like that's the thing. That's the purest and most base motivation. A friend asked me because they're becoming or they're 50-50 on when they want to do it. Their name is Zoom the Moon. They're in my own link channels. They're a long-time friend of mine, the longest friend of mine, honestly. And with that being the case, he always asks me, "How do you do it? How do you work a full-time job? Now go to the gym every single day, get your walk in, and then drop 2 videos that like how do you do it?" And it is literally because I like to yap. Like it is a me thing, by me, of me, and it does things for the people, and that makes me happy. And that's the kind of philosophy I've always tried to push on people. I'm like, hey, don't just do things for others, do things for yourself. But unfortunately, all that's to say is Nagi he was doing it for Rayo at first. Then Isagi woke him up. But then he, quote unquote, beat Isagi, and now he has nothing. He's only acting for Rayo. And the reason I bring up that philosophy is so important is because even if you are doing something for other people, you want to have internal motivation to do it for yourself, or else you won't be able to put your everything into it. Like, once again, for a more external desire, why do I work? Because I know my work affects other people. If I don't get my work done, then someone else can't get their work done, and it causes a domino effect. And also, I need to work to get paid, so I can like pay bills and stuff like that. So that's why I do things. That's like the domino effect. Now he's just playing soccer now. Like, he made a problem with Rayo, I guess. Like, it doesn't really matter. He has no internal motivation. He only has external motivation. And ultimately, the only way, at least in my opinion, to reach the absolute peak of your potential in terms of like output and ability and basically everything, you gotta be willing to do things for yourself, by yourself, of yourself, and for others. It's that internal motivation and the external motivation that work together to bring out the best version of you. But let's see. And my soccer started. The fire, the frustration, sorry, and thank you. I overcame it all, and I beat Isagi. You know what? Once again, to bring it back to the track days. The reason my rivals were my rivals, and I call them that to this day, and I call them that back then. It was a three-way, technically four-way, but really three-way rivalry. Is because almost every single time, until I reached a certain point where I kind of just cliffed them and I was the strongest, quote-unquote, of the little three-man. Whenever we got in the blocks, it was really a gamble on who was going to pull out that day. Who had a good start that day? Who had the best kick? How was the wind moving? What did we eat earlier that day? Or what did we not eat? Like, that's those things. And thusly, every single time we did race, whether it was in 300s or 200s, or when coach hated us and made us do 400s, it was literally always, sometimes one would lose, sometimes one would win. But we never counted anything as an actual tangible victory unless it was something that was tangible and permanent. And for us, that was the 4x1 spot. We were all competing for that. And I got that. Ya boy was him. And that was the only time I considered that actual beating. But even then, the difference between me and Nagi, even when I did technically beat my rivals, not only did I actually win over them and getting the 4x1 spot, which Nagi didn't, he lost to Isagi in the end, but also, that didn't make me suddenly stop or slow down. In fact, it only made me go faster, because I knew me being at 1 would give them motivation to try and catch me. That's the kind of like vicious cycle you gotta be in. And it is a vicious cycle, don't get me wrong. I even get why Nagi relaxed so much and let his ego die after beating Isagi. Because it just makes no sense. Like, you meet your goal, you're done, you're free, you're relaxed. But I don't know. At least for me, and for any of my other sports people out there, I know y'all are in the comments. Do y'all feel that if you've ever had like a competitive person with someone on your team, or just a general rivalry with someone even from a different team, have you always felt that too? Like the idea of, even if I beat you this time, there's still a high likely chance you will use that as motivation to come beat me next time, and I can't let you do that, and it just makes you work harder. That's how I've always wired my brain. And even now that I don't do sports anymore, that's kind of just how I live life. Where I'm like, beat you in this video game, beat you in this scenario, beat you in this, doesn't matter. You could probably beat me again. Let me keep working, let me keep grinding. That's how I work. But Nagi, unfortunately, he's called the lazy genius for a reason. But let's see. Now, let's change, Rail. If I won't change, give me a new fire. I can't dream of becoming the world's best. But see, that's the thing. Nagi. You can't look to the man who gave you your original fire and say that's change. You can, and like it really, and I don't blame him, right? Old habits die hard. Heck, once again, like I mentioned before, I'm trying to lose weight, trying to get slim, and people are noticing, which makes me so happy. I'm so happy y'all can see I'm smaller. But old habits die hard, dang. Man, I shouldn't have done it. But there's a reason there's this mark on my finger now. There's a reason. The camera did not focus at all, and I ain't gonna put it back up there because I'm scared of like destabling the camera. But I made that key lime pie dessert. And it be busting. But you know what that key lime pie dessert is? It is sweetened condensed milk and cottage cheese and limes. You wanna know what that is? Straight carbs. Straight sugar. Like, I swear even having one serving of that is like 5 bajillion calories. And do a decillion carbs. But them old habits, they just don't die. They just don't die. I bake and you know what? I even made a mistake. I should just bake them. I should just made 2 sets of batter. But I was feeling super lazy that night, so I made super good. Like, essentially, I took the regular recipe I used to make sugar cookies, and I just doubled it. I was like, okay, it takes 2.5 cups of flour, 5 cups of flour. Okay, it takes 1.5 cups of sugar, 2.5 cups of sugar, or like 2.25 cups of or 1.25 cup of sugar, 2.5 cups of sugar. And I just put it on one. Made an absolute mess. Don't do that. Just be patient. But with that being the case, it's those old habits. In order to change, you gotta be willing to actually change and change internally, I think. Obviously, I believe the peak of your human ability comes out when you accept both internal and external motivation. I do believe that because we are innately social creatures. So while we do have our own individuality, we're once again heavily based on the world around us. But at the same time, if you truly want to make a change, you gotta lock in for you, by you, of you. Make your own fire. Sure, did my initial weight loss journey start like 2 or 3 years ago when my mama said, darn, Pencil, you're bigger than the house you live in. And I was like, oh, and then, I started to lose weight. But yeah, but the recent change this year was me literally being like, okay, I'm tired. I'm tired of my knees hurting. I'm tired of being big. Time to lock in. And I locked in so far. Once again, not going to go too deep into it. I'm going to wait until I hit the goal of 180, and then I'm going to coast there. Like, if I can stay 180 for like a year or less, hypothetically or hopefully, then I'm good. I just got to maintain that for life. But that's, once again, it's a mentality change, an internal desire born of myself. No one else told me. Everyone was like, oh, you're fine as you are. No, I wasn't fine with who I was. And that's the same with Nagi. He's looking for Rayo to give him a fire, but I just don't think that's where you should be looking. Not really. Well, let's see. But, you know, he does have the dream of becoming the world's best, so maybe there is some internal fire. Let's see. It's the end for me and Rayo. Okay, Neo Eaters League, Game 9, Manchester City versus FC Barca. Let's give it our all from the start, Nagi. Yes, but... See, you lost it already. Nagi, you lost it already, gay. You can't be called a boss. And Bachina's like, we've taken all these L's, but so have you. So we're in L City together. Let's see. For now. Oh. What does that say? I literally can't read that. It's too tiny. Let's see. It's the worst for me and Nagi. What we need is to appeal to others and raise our salaries. If we don't make it to the top 23, we'll disappear before our dream of the World Cup. Right now, Nagi is 11th and I'm 16th. And I think both of them are fine. Once again, while Kaneshiro Sensei is insane, is mad, is wild, I don't think Kaneshiro Sensei is that insane. I don't see Kaneshiro Sensei being so insane to drop off Nagi or Rayo. They are the most popular BL pairing in BL. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not breaking up those acronyms. But, like, legitimately, they are they got their own side manga. I saw people being like, well, maybe Nagi will drop at the top 23. No. Maybe Rayo's gonna... No. While it would be a crazy twist, a legendary twist, a Boo Bongers twist. No. Like there's some things you just don't do unless you're gonna end the manga right afterwards. There's moments in other manga where I think about where an author does do something like that, but then guess what? The manga ended like 30 chapters later. Which is still like a half a year, but like still it ended like 30 chapters later after they made that big, bad, crazy decision. And I was like, oh wow, manga has to end soon, and boom, it ended soon. Heck, I can think of multiple manga but they are massive spoilers naturally per the nature of the manga that I'm talking about. But like, if you know the manga I've covered, the manga I've glazed before, even series I've glazed before that aren't manga, like webtoons, you know which ones I'm talking about. And if you know which ones I'm talking about in particular, you know what I mean by those big, bad, crazy moves that they do that you shouldn't really do unless you're playing to end the manga. And I don't think Blue Lock's ending anytime soon, so getting rid of Naya and Nagi, that's like not a narrative choice that would ever happen. At least not in my mind. Let's see. Right now, Nagi's 11th and I'm 16th. If we fall, we'll barely be above the cutoff line. That's why we changed our playstyle. We're not aiming for goals, but, oh, interesting. But effective plays for our team to win. Betting everything on proving our... Why does my beard look like that? Why is there a gap in my beard? Of all places. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have technology. Why? Of all, why it looks so strange? I don't know. Darn beard. We gonna brush her down, but that does sound familiar. It sounds like a certain Isagi Yoichi. If I ever heard that before, effective plays for our team to win. But giving up goals in order to do so. Oh, I think I've heard. I think I've played these games before. But all right, let's see. Betting everything on proving our existence. That's rude. Committing to a post... Wait, that is not Otoi's words. That's rude. Committing to a post play? You're scared, Nagichi? Nagichi. I've never heard that before. But it's nice to see you, Bosher. It's been literal years. Well, not literal years. We had the Eagles 4 thing right before PHG. But it's been a minute, my friend. Let's see. You're scared, Nagichi? It's not like we're not aiming for goals. Mindset of shooting when you can doesn't change. Ah, okay. So it is... Once again, it is just a straight carbon copy of Isagi, where he's like, we're just going to move optimally. We're going to do the best we can, how we can, and hopefully that works out in our favor. And I get that. Sometimes, and this is even just like a sports thing, I feel like there are times in life where you gotta just be like, okay, clearly there is something I specifically aspire to, but right now it's just not feasible. Let's work logically. And sometimes you just gotta work logically. It sucks, especially when like you've so heavily focused on your one particular goal or how you want to achieve it or how you wanted to prove yourself. But especially when you're in one of those scenarios where like, I either do this right or I lose. You gotta lock in. Like, I think of, like, any time I had a particular project or anything due, like, even if I wanted to do something differently, I'd do it the way that I knew would succeed, right? Like, say I had to write an essay of something, I'd be like, okay, let me judge my understanding of the teacher, think of what they would want to hear, and then format it in a way that they would like. Even if I would write an essay or especially on a specific topic in a completely different manner, bing, bang, boom, bop, bang, pow. I would like hard adjust my entire writing style to a specific professor or to a specific teacher, because that was the most optimal way to get the best results and prove my existence in a sense and make them like me, which would make future assignments easier. Work smarter, not harder. Let's see. Right, Rail. That's right, Nagi. Status quo is death. Kinda, sorta. I mean, you are sort of following the status quo, but not really. Yeah, that pure optimization style is definitely new for these two. They were also focused on goals. Let's see. Enjoy the change. Oh, Jigiri, my glorious king. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do something crazy for the memes of it, just because I need to be able to see this. Let's see. You got nice eyes, chameleon. Huh? He doesn't combo with Nagi? That your feel good. That's your feel-good spot, right? It's not Freak-Dedan. It's not Freak Nights of the Apocalypse. It's not Freaky Deadly Sins. But like, that's your feel-good spot, right? I know what it means. I know. The 44-degree gold is... I know. But it like... Am I wrong? Here, like, this is... let me reach out from me to you. Am I wrong for reading that it's your feel-good spot in a manga called BL that contains a lot of BL and being like, is it me? Am I the problem? Am I the problem? I may be the problem. I mean, let me know down. If I'm the problem, then I'm the problem. But alright, so Reo genuinely assisted Shigiri and Shigiri. Oh, wow. Hat trick Nagi, dead. Wow. Kaneshiro Sensei said, let's kill that as fast as humanly possible. Alright. Well, let me see. Yeah, baby. That's a beauty of it, yeah. But let's see. 44 Panther Snipe. And the instant goal. Because Barcha's butt, bro. Alright, we can work at this. Okay, so they're truly optimizing. They truly are turning into Nagi and Kaiser. Or Isagi and Kaiser. Alright, let's see if it works. Let's see if Batra manages to pull out a dream. Let's see. Let's go! This is fine. First, one assist. And then Nagi will. Or will Nagi? Let's see. Alright, so we're cutting away. We're going back to the present. So I wonder who won. Are we going to get to see that now? Are we going to get to see the rankings revealed? Well, like, what? Because obviously, I get why we're not going to see too much of this game. Because, obviously, episode Nagi has to cover it in, like, 10 years. And I'm only half joking about the 10 years part. Remember, we have to redo, BM versus Manshine. Then we have to do Manshine versus Ubers. Then we have to do Manshine versus PXG. Which, well, I mean, they could be quick games. That's the thing. We haven't even gotten to World Match yet. That's what we're doing next in episode Nagi. And we still haven't covered Rayo's journey so far in seconds. Like, so, like, we got a long ways to go before we see Neo Ignis League. Like, I ain't thinking we're going to probably see the start of the Neo Ignis League. Episode Nagi by, like, 2027, maybe? Because what? March chapter already drops. So that's 9 titles for this year. That'll probably get us through World 5 match. And then start... Oh, we have all of third selection to cover, too? Oh, and now he's a big player in there. It's like, oh, yeah, we may not be... 2027 may be generous. Maybe, like, halfway through 2027 when we'll see the start of the Neo Ignis League. And that really depends on how much of the U20 match we cover. Because admittedly, Nagi and Reo, like, they're players in the U20 match, but they aren't, like, big players. So I feel like there actually isn't too much to cover from there. So I'm interested to see how episode Nagi handles that. But alright, we're flashing back to Isagi's side. Game 10. Ugh. Oh, I'm a scientist. Experiments are what I do. Yes. Have you been hydrated today? Have you been drinking water? Vexen wants you to drink water. By Vexen, I mean me. Drink water. Let's see. Hi there, diamonds in the rough. Congratulations on victory, BM. Ego, yeah, look at them. Look at them. Yep, they did win. Absolute victory. Okay, but they aren't telling us who won. England versus Spain, which started at the same time, concluded a while. Darn! So that game was super fast. PXG did take a minute, even in universe. Let's see. Raichi's heavy, hot and heavy sweating. Anasi's hot and heavy sweating. Zantetsu's dripping. Let's see. Concluded a while ago. We have the results in... It's time. We have the results in bid prices. Now, we'll start the final salary auction and broadcast it to all teams. It's here! The final ranking! Isagi. The difference between me and Rin. Before the match, it was almost 50 mil. I dedicated everything to just reverse that. Those who won the Neo Ignis League and will represent Japan in the U20 World Cup are those 23. Nothing but number 1 matters. Come on. The highest offer. The value of Blue Lock's number 1. Please let it be my glorious king. Let me be my glorious king. When will it end? When will it end? When will my agony end? When will my pain? Why do they keep winning? Why do they keep winning? Why on this good, green, glorious, juicy, scrumbly of this earth? Why does he keep winning? And he got the offers of Rio. Bro, why? Kaneshiro Sensei, why did you take a sword and stab it directly into my soul? Kaneshiro Sensei, why? What? Okay. So Ren's number 1. Still number 1. We'll forever beat him. Let me guess. Isagi is what, like 200 million or something like it? Doesn't. Whatever. Come! With the bid of 240 million. Rin Itoshi. Okay. Putting. Where are my glasses? They're nowhere nearby. I'm not looking for them. Okay. Let me put my thinking cap on. Hold on. Let me put my thinking cap on. All right. Let's think about this. Rin did have a much higher valuation than Isagi. It was like there was a sizable gap between 1 and 2. And even though Rin, that's the thing though, Rin had so many moments of like genuinely selling the bag. Like this guy, like he easily could have won. Like that's the, but I guess notably, I have to go back to Noah's and Loki's logic, right? It's not a real match. It's a first to 3, like it's not at all a real match, even in the slightest. So thusly, if anything, Rin deciding to not score in that moment after he dominated the entire team, that's a flex, right? And sure, Rin lost, but he lost because the other 2 best players on the team decided to double gank him. And it was a new Gen 111 person, and a person who might as well be a new Gen 111 in Isagi, who like literally unlocked Master Ultra Instinct. So like, if I'm a bidder, and I'm looking at like individual value, especially pound for pound, who do I want on a team? Especially like, the thing is, Real Madrid already has Kaiser, but then again, I guess they could run like a dual striker, like a twin dragons format of their own with Rin and Kaiser, and then have Sei supporting both of them. That is a crazy team. I won't lie. But I think if I am looking individually, pound for pound, who has the best overall performance, Rin did dominate the field numerous times, and he did. And the thing is, he did show genuine overall physical superiority to Isagi. Like that's something I can't deny. Even as the mightiest Isagi investor, the Yoichi-yucker that I am, I can't sit here and like look at darn near half the panels, even in the start of the match, like Isagi fouling Rin, and that's another thing. Isagi did get a foul, but then again, Rin also got a foul. But I don't think Rin ever got a yellow card. I think Isagi was the only one who actually got a yellow card for fouling Rin. But to see Rin literally pick up Isagi, a guy who's a year older than him, by the collar of his shirt, like he's a rowdy dog, and manhandle him, and also outplay Kaiser at the same time, and then proceed to do that again and again and again, and then he goes into destroyer mode and starts dominating the entire field again and again and again. It does make sense that Rin's number 1. I won't, like, based on the game itself. Does it feel weird because he lost? Yeah. But like, look at Nagi and the value he got off his one goal, even though he lost. And Rin had a crazy one goal, and was just generally a demon throughout the match. So like, let me put my biases aside. It does make sense that Rin's number one. Unfortunately, you saw he just didn't have too dominant a performance, and because he had to double team Rin with Kaiser, it is a whole lot less impressive. And if I'm, especially looking at who offered him it, Real. If I'm Real, right, and I'm planning and plotting like the future, I'm looking at the roster and I'm being like, well, I already have a demonic midfielder in Itoshi Sei. I already have Kaiser, another a crazy demonic striker, who might as well just be Isagi with better specs from an appearance standpoint. Obviously, Isagi probably has better field IQ at this point, and metavision and reaction and stuff like that, but I already have a better Isagi. All you really need is one more devious striker. And Rin and Kaiser, especially now that Rin has properly fused the Destroyer vision and the Destroyer mode and his like puppeteering playstyle, like we saw that. Even if Kaiser broke through it, we saw that. That is a devious duo. I can't even lie. I'm hoping Isagi, like even if he's number 2, I'm hoping Isagi still gets the offer from Real Madrid, so we could have like a crazy trio. That could be a crazy 4-man band right there. Say Isagi, Kaiser, and Rin. That could be a crazy 4-man. But that does hurt your boy's heart a little bit. That does hurt your boy's heart a little bit. All right, let's see. What is Isagi's valuation? Is it gonna be like 200 flat? Because I know he was like a decent chunk behind Rin, or is it gonna be like 220? I forget what Isagi's original value was. We'll see. Seriously, I still can't reach it. Yeah, and once again, he provided more value, but not. That's the thing. Isagi, I think he like said it himself. I remember seeing that panel. Isagi himself admitted he would have needed a hat trick. He would have needed a hat trick to really surpass Rin, and he didn't get a hat trick. He got a brace, but he got a brace last time. And he got a brace after Kaiser had an amazing legendary goal, after working with Kaiser. Unironically, you know what? Funny thing, I actually do like that. Just as Kaiser working with Isagi held him down, right? Like, held him down. And as someone pointed out beautifully, someone brought up the fact that Kaiser is a restriction type. And ultimately, unlike Isagi, who's a freedom type, since Kaiser was given so much freedom, he was literally overwhelmed by the options. Isagi, since he's a freedom type, forgot too much about the nature of the individuality and the value he can bring to his own game and score, right? So, I just looked at the bottom of the page. Well, it's not visible, but I just looked at the bottom of the page. So they have the same value. All right, but interesting twist. But yeah, ultimately, to finish the point I was going to say before I go into the fact, I see right here they have the same value. But interesting. Oh, is that? Hold on, I'm going to zoom. I'm going to stretch out and zoom in on that. But just as Kaiser was negatively impacted by working with Isagi, Isagi was negatively impacted by working with Kaiser. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Both of them actually, despite lifting each other up by working together, they actually dragged each other down. Isagi in the literal playstyle sense by giving Kaiser too much freedom, too many options for a restriction type, and Kaiser by being too good of a player. And Isagi literally needing him to stop one man. Rin aura farming against the both of them consistently. It's too much. It covers up the fact that Rin lost and sold. So like, it does make sense. Let's see. I got to stretch out to see what this says. Where are you looking, scrub? Lift your face and look-see. That's a weird. I've never expected Rin to say something like that. And look-see. Looks like the world wants to make us rivals. It's hot. Whoa. Once again, the allegations, we're never beating them. We're never beating the allegations. Why is it hot, Rin? Why is it? I mean, if you're into that, manga is BL. So like, do what you will. But still, darn, it's hot. So they both have the same value, same offers of 240 million at number 1. It is, but you know what? Unironically, I low key called it. And that's the thing. This goes against my parlay because I was really hoping Isagi would just be definitive number 1. But a while back, I think a few months ago, I think it was like 3 months ago at this point, I made a video called Rin is Eternal. And it was for this very, like, ultimately, a lot of people were thinking that once Rin lost here, because a lot of people were predicting the Rin loss, A lot of people are thinking once he lost here, he'd kind of be done from the narrative. Like, we'd kick him out. We'd move on from Rin, essentially. But even back then, I was like, no, we're not. He's like, once again, he's too important a character to move on from. In as much as I do love the Kaiser Nisagi rivalry, ultimately, don't matter. It still is the Rin, like Rin is the main rival. Like, it goes Rin, then Baro, then maybe, like, Nagi, and or Kaiser. Like, they're fighting for number 3 at this point. As much as I love the new Aegis League narrative, and as I hold Rin or Isagi and Kaiser as my favorite rivalry dynamic in Blue Lock, I think it's the best, like, written duo and 4-game arc, and really just multi-game arc, and, like, literal just dualistic arc that we've had in Blue Lock so far. I can't deny that it is something that is extrinsically locked mostly to this arc until they run into each other again. But that's the thing. Hold on, let me see. Is that from? That's not from Real though. Hold on, let me take a look. Is that from Real? No, we got an offer from BM. Why? Taking the cap off. Forget the thing. That's whack. That's whack. Why? I wanted to see. Well, I guess. I guess it makes sense. But that's so butt. I mean, he's gonna have to work with Ness? Oh, I hope he gets other strikers on his team. He's cooked. What? He's gonna have to run BM by himself? He's gonna have Ness? And maybe, hopefully Hiyori's... That's butt. You mean instead of getting the 4-man band of Rin... But then again, I guess that'd be boring. But like... Okay, Kaneshiro Sensei, if we are gonna do a club arc, post U20 club arc, you're gonna need to cook viciously, dog. Like, horrifically, like, legendarily. Because you're removing Kaiser from, unless Kaiser's offer changes back to BM, which could be possible. But then again, we're probably not gonna see that, at least not this chapter. But if Kaiser goes to Real, and Rin goes to Real, and say stays at Real, unless Hiyori comes to BM, I mean, I guess you know what, it does work. And Kaneshiro Sensei, I hate you. I'm putting the thinking cap back on. Kaneshiro Sensei, I hate you because it makes sense. Because ultimately, what is the whole arc of the new Aegis League? It was Isagi taking over BM, right? It was the whole reason for Kaiser coming to the new Aegis League to remove himself from BM so he could become his own thing. So now, essentially, in everything but value, Isagi is starting exactly where Kaiser started back on BM. So, like, it does make narrative sense. Ultimately, the new Aegis League is literally the story of Isagi catching up to Kaiser as a player. Has he fully? No, I still think Kaiser's a better overall player. Just like I think Rin is a better overall player than Isagi. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Stats-wise, speed-wise, physicals-wise. The only thing Isagi surpasses them both in is like field vision and teamwork and stuff like that, but that's it. So, it makes sense that he'd be the sole lone striker on BM. Like, it does. But wait a minute. If they're both tied at 1, does that mean it goes to 22? Or is there a 24th? I mean, it doesn't make sense. I think you can only have 23, but is there like a 24th? Because I see Iguri crying here. So I actually do wonder, like, is it going to go 1, 1, then all the way down to 22? I guess? That's strange. I guess there won't actually be like an official 23rd player. There'll just be number 22. Let's see. Who would have guessed it? Yoichi Isagi also got a a bid of 240 million and finished at the number 1 spot with Itoshi. But you know what? He didn't. Isagi, quit smiling, gang. Quit smiling. Whatever. I've reached it. Number 1. I'm number 1. I don't own any. I think I may have used to, but I think they're gone. Gang, that's a participation trophy. I mean, at least he acknowledges it. It wasn't a complete victory, but selling my soul for this... Okay, this is chapter roughly translated. But selling my soul for the sake of goals, and victory paid off. But, like, Isagi, they didn't even... like... If I'm a Twitter user in this universe, or like whatever the social media is, I'm tweeting out Isagi's number 2. Because like they listed Rin first. Because he was first legacy wise, and Isagi, like, you're second, gang. You're second. Like I love you, Isagi. You are my glorious demonic hero king, but like, gang, be so for real right now. Be so for real. Like you are number two. You are generously number two. You did not surpass Rin. You did not surpass Kaiser. And you didn't even get the dignity of being listed first as number one. You're tied with a guy who you beat. Claiming this as a victory is some very Nagi-esque behavior, bro. Like, and even though, and it's funny because it's better than Nagi because he literally won and he is number one. But like, even as an Isagi investor, as a Yoichi gang, you lost. You failed. Like, you failed, gang. You failed. I don't know. I'm straight up not gonna count this as a victory. I'll count the win of the game itself as a victory over Rin, but like, I'm not gonna count like this as Isagi really being number one. It's like, how do I put it? Oh, so I was watching. I haven't even beaten Hollow Knight yet. I still have just a super late save file, so I should probably go beat Hollow Knight. May do that on stream. I should do that on stream considering I was streaming it for the longest time. But I was watching, I think it's Blue SR's video of the world record run history, and he mentioned some part. I think it was Fireborn and somebody else, and they were talking about how in a race, like Fireborn and the other guy, they finished at literally the exact same second. Like they were perfectly tied. It was down to the hundredths or like millionths of a second of difference that they both like finished the speedrun race. But Fireborn won. They had the same exact time down to the second, but that little lead, that was it. And that's the same thing I view this as, right? Where ultimately, yeah, Isagi, you're number one. Congratulations, guy. You were left in a worse position with a worse team, and were listed after Rin, the guy who styled on you physically the entire game. You won, Isagi, but you didn't win. Like, I don't know. Maybe that sounds mean. Am I being too mean to Isagi? I don't know. I know there's some people, I know the Isagi haters are screaming, backflipping, and creaming right now all over the place. They're painting their room white. Meanwhile, I'm here like, and you know, that's the thing. I think it's because I'm a guy who like tries to look at things not just by my own opinion, what I would have wanted. I try not to be the kind of guy who's like, the narrative didn't go how I wanted it. Leslie, it's butt. I'm trying to be like, if I'm ever making an argument like that, I'm like, the narrative didn't go how I wanted based on how the narrative was set up. But legitimately, this makes perfect sense based on how the narrative ran, based on what the narrative had set up, and how it was executed. It makes so much sense, but I just wanted Isagi to be the real number one, not the consolation number one. Not tied for number one, but let's see. I've reached number one. I'm number one. It wasn't a complete victory, but selling my soul for the sake of goals and victory paid off. I craved betting my life. Yeah! This is the pleasure of being number one. The roar that sounds through the world. The ego joy of being number one runs through his body. I feel like I should be more hyped. I feel like I should be more hyped, but I'm just not. I think it is so. Everyone wins, even though obviously not everyone wins. They're the two number ones, like and we didn't get the rest of the values. I guess we had to wait another week for that. But like we didn't get the rest of the values. But like, it is so consolation prize code. And I guess it's because I grew up in a world where like consolation prizes didn't exist until like later in my life, and then what I got when I was like, I don't really want this. You can keep it. Like I didn't mind getting a bronze. I didn't mind getting a silver. Don't give me like an everyone wins thing. I don't know. That's never really been a thing for me. But with it being the case, I don't know. I'm glad Isagi's happy. I'm glad he's hit with 4 exclamation points. I'm glad he's having a good time. But like, I'd be clowning him on Twitter. I'd be joking on the man. I'm so hard. Like all that work, bracing everything, and still lost to a guy you beat. That's crazy. We're tied with a guy you beat. That's absurd. But of course, it does make sense narratively. It makes sense character-wise. It makes sense for the longevity of Rin and Isagi's rivalry. It makes sense for the way the narrative is set up. I'm interested to see how Isagi. I hope Isagi gets some better teammates. I hope he literally doesn't just have to rely on Eric, Grimm, and Ness. Like, please give that man like another striker or something. Like, hopefully Shido goes to the it's like something. I'd love to see Isagi and Shido as a duo. I do ultimately think the re-all layup was so there. It was so there. They say Isagi, Kaiser, 3-man band, or even throw Rin in there too, the 4-man band. Oh, it could have gone so crazy. But presumably we're gonna see Isagi and Sei play together during the U20 World Cup arc, which I don't know. A lot of people are saying the club arc comes after this, but I'm so confident that literally just how the bids were like, these are the top 23 who are going to play represent Japan in the U20 World Cup. I do think the U20 World Cup arc is right after this, so we're probably going to see him there. But still, man, that hurts my heart. But in fact, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, first things first, even in spite of my feelings, because of how much it makes sense narratively and character-wise, the chapter's still worthy. I'm not gonna dock points for the chapter on that one. But, and also I do like the Nagi intro, and seeing how Reo and Nagi have been willing to destroy themselves and change. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave consolation prize. Leave consolation prize in the comment section down below. I did thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that little case so you don't miss out on any news that comes to the channel. Also, you even have a Patreon down below where you support me for as low as $1, get a month, and things like exclusive videos, other content, and more. Also, now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks include the live reactions, if you have the series I happen to review, ad variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $20 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I have a link to my cult file down below. You can drop 5 beans for a short video, 20 beans for a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dak on the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to thank you to our sketch tier members: Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier XZ, Zeta, Brandon Payne, J2MA, Gyomi, Yuki Ally, Buddha Uda, Azo2404, Planet Grown, G Prosper, and Striker Man. Then I'd like to thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Nirvana Igneel, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, and A+A. And I'd like to give a big old thank you to our Ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, A Uchiha, Carlo Alaimo, and Grim. And I'd like to give a massive thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give a and thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Joaquin Munoz and Joaquin Munoz. And finally, I gotta give the biggest, juiciest, heftiest, and most meaty, sloppiest thank you to our glorious, ultimate, that guy with a pencil tier patron, Calvin Elder.